Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. Toronto cop awaiting sentencing for stealing credit cards, luxury watch charged after trying to leave country. Police looking for video footage, witnesses to Vaughan Mills kidnapping attempt. Toronto murder suspect arrested in the United Kingdom. Park and flight data breach included personal information of 1 million Canadian customers, company says. Man arrested more than 1 year after deadly Highway 401 hit and run. Canada to hit China with tariffs on electric vehicles, aluminium, steel. Police seize drugs with estimated street value of more than $600,000 following raids of Ancaster home and rural Burlington property. Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details. A long-time Toronto police officer who was found guilty of stealing stolen credit cards and a luxury watch from deceased individuals is now facing additional charges for violating the terms of his release. Constable Boris Borisov, who is currently awaiting sentencing on 15 charges related to 5 incidents that occurred between 2020 and 2022, was arrested by the Service de Police de la Ville de Montreal on Saturday while attempting to leave the country at Montreal Trudeau International Airport. Borisov, who is 48, was charged with failing to comply with recognizance. He was scheduled to appear in bail court on Monday. The Toronto resident was previously charged on June 8 for failing to comply with his release order. He appeared in bail court that day. Back in February 2022, 53 Division launched a missing persons investigation. Toronto Police Service said one of the 2 officers assigned to the case took possession of the missing individual's personal belongings and allegedly gave the missing person's debit card to associate who used the debit card to make a purchase at a store in Mississauga. The missing person was later found to have committed suicide. Borisov was arrested on April 11th and charged with theft, trafficking credit card, use credit card in commission of the offense, attempt to obstruct justice, possession of property obtained by crime, unauthorized use of a computer system, fraud, and breach of trust. He has 16 years of service with Toronto Police Service and is currently suspended with the pay. Police say that several witnesses may have filmed an attempted kidnapping outside Vaughan Mills last week. The incident happened on August 23rd in the shopping center's north parking lot near Rutherford Road and Highway 400. York Regional Police said they were called to the area at around noon following multiple reports of a woman being kidnapped. Investigators say that 4 suspects believed to be armed with a gun approached a female and allegedly forced her into the rear of a vehicle. They said that victim was able to escape a short time later after the vehicle's driver traveled a short distance. She sustained minor injuries during the ordeal. In a news release issued on Monday, police said that investigators believe that several witnesses may have filmed the incident. Officers would like to speak with anyone who may have video surveillance or dashcam footage in the area at the time of the incident, police said. The suspects are only described as black males with thin bills. They were all last seen wearing all black clothing as well as black medical masks and gloves. The suspect vehicle is described by police as a blue 4-door Honda Civic with the Ontario license plate AXJN850. It was reported stolen from the City of Toronto on August 20th. Police said that they believe this incident is targeted and said that the investigation into it is ongoing. They also previously said that they don't believe there is any threat to public safety. A suspect wanted for first-degree murder in connection with the death of a 30-year-old man from Toronto has been located in the United Kingdom. Toronto police were called to the area of Isabella and Jarvis Streets in the early morning hours on May 22nd for unknown trouble. At the scene, officers found a male lying on the ground at the back of a building with obvious signs of trauma. Paramedics rushed the victim to a local trauma center in life-threatening condition. 4 days later, on May 26th, he died of his injuries. Police identified the victim as 30-year-old Jess Tubbs of Mississauga. A Canada-wide warrant was subsequently issued for 24-year-old Adrian Gordon Jr. of Toronto. Gordon was located and arrested in Luton, England on August 19. He is currently being held by authorities in the United Kingdom pending extradition to Canada, where he will face a charge of first-degree murder. Toronto Police Service is thanking the RCMP, Interpol, and the United Kingdom National Crime Agency, as well as members of the public for their cooperation during this investigation, which was led by its centralized shooting response team and homicide unit. A popular airport parking service is warning approximately 1 million Canadian customers that their personal information may have been compromised in a widespread data breach last month. In a statement to Awaz News on Monday, Park and Fly confirmed that a third party had breached its networks through an unauthorized remote VPN sometime between July 11th and 13th. The company's platforms were fully restored within 5 days of the incident, it said. The leaked information included the names, email, and mailing addresses and aeroplan and CAA numbers of approximately 1 million customers. The statement said customers' credit card and payment information along with passwords were not stored on the compromised server and were therefore not impacted, it said. On Monday, more than 3 weeks after discovering the breach, Park and Fly notified customers that their information had been compromised. On August 1st, 2024, we determined that some of your personal information was likely affected by the incident, the email reads. We have been diligently investigating this incident with the assistance of outside experts. Chief Executive Officer Carlo Morello said Monday that the company is committed to transparency and is prioritizing the integrity of its systems going forward. At Park and Fly, the trust and security of our customers are paramount, Morello said in the statement. While we deeply regret any concern this incident have been caused, we want to reassure our valued customers and partners that we are taking all necessary steps to safeguard their information. Park and Fly says it had increased its security surveillance since learning of the breach, including updating the network's antivirus software. Police have made an arrest in connection with a deadly hit-and-run in Mississauga more than 1 year ago. Police said the incident happened in the westbound lanes of Highway 401 at Mavis Road on April 22, 2023. A 29-year-old man from Mississauga was pronounced deceased as a result. At the time of the incident, police said the victim was from Cambridge, Ontario, and was traveling westbound in the right lane in a Mazda on Highway 401 approaching Mavis Road. That collision caused that vehicle to rotate forward, get pushed into a guardrail. Police said at the time, the driver of that vehicle, the victim, was transported to hospital where he was later pronounced deceased. The driver of the vehicle fled on foot, police said. Ontario police subsequently issued a warrant for the arrest of 34-year-old Shahryar Kaleem Gill from Brampton. Gill was arrested on August 14 and charged with dangerous operation causing death, failed to stop at accident resulting in death, failure to comply with release order, and failure to comply with undertaking. He appeared in court on August 15 and was remanded into custody. The family of the deceased has been informed of the arrest, police said. Canada is moving to match the United States with new tariffs on electric vehicles made in China in a bid to keep the cars from getting a significant foothold in the North American market. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau outlined the plan at federal cabinet retreat in Halifax on Monday, promising to increase import taxes on Chinese-made EVs to 106.1% on October 1st, up from 6.1%. Tariffs on Chinese-made steel and aluminum products will go to 25% on October 15, with a final list of which products will be affected expected October 1st. Chinese brands are not a major player in Canada's EV market right now, but imports from China have exploded in the last year after Tesla switched from US factories for its Canadian sales to its manufacturing plant in Shanghai. Chinese EV giant BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams, established a Canadian corporate entity last spring and has indicated it intends to try and enter the Canadian market as early as next year. It has seen exponential growth in Europe, which is also planning new tariffs on electric vehicles made in China, though they will end up being less than half the Canadian and US tariffs if the European bloc proves them in October. A senior government official who briefed reporters on background at the cabinet retreat said the government has been in talks with Tesla about switching the cars intended for the Canadian market from China to its other plants. US President Joe Biden quadrupled the import tariff on Chinese-made EVs to 100% in May, citing unfair subsidies from Beijing to Chinese EV makers. The U.S. Commerce Department is also investigating national security concerns related to internet-connected vehicles from China and other countries. The U.S. hiked tariffs on a lengthy list of other Chinese products in May, including solar cells, computer chips, medical equipment, and lithium-ion batteries. To impose tariffs, Canada must undertake a consultation process, which it did for EVs and steel and aluminum in July. Trudeau said the government is looking at further measures, including imposing tariffs on computer chips and solar cells to protect Canadian workers from unfair non-market practices by China. Hamilton police seized a large quantity of drugs with an estimated street value of more than $600,000 following the execution of search warrants at an Ancaster home and rural Burlington property last week. The raids took place on August 22nd following an investigation by the Hamilton Police Major Drugs and Gangs Unit. Police said that more than a kilogram of cocaine and 7 kilograms of MDMA was seized, as well as approximately 2,500 oxycodone pills, 33 kilograms of processed cannabis, and 250 grams of psilocybin. Police also seized a number of weapons, including a prohibited handgun, a conducted energy weapon, and more than $200,000 in cash. An additional 5 guns were taken by officers and will be held for firearms prohibition hearing, police say. We are committed to the trafficking, gun violence, and drug trafficking in our city. These issues threaten the safety of our neighborhoods and the well-being of our residents. Our members are dedicated to getting these criminals off the streets and continuing to make Hamilton a safe place for everyone. Hamilton Police Chief Frank Burgeon said in a news release issued on Monday. Police said that Nicholas Deschens, 34, of Ancaster, was arrested as a result of the investigation and has been charged with 10 drug and firearm-related offenses. A 31-year-old Burlington resident is also being sought by police on a number of charges. Their name has not been released. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.